Hi guys, this is Nessa, and you are listening to my new series called Heartbreak, Hotline, and I'm so excited to be here chatting with you guys. I love y'all. Slay, I agree with me.
Hi.
We're just
Hello.
and we're just gonna shoot the chat.
What?
I was gonna say bad word.
Hang out. Oh,
Yeah, we're just gonna hang out and we're just gonna vibe and we're just gonna talk and we're just gonna cry,
laugh maybe.
laugh, pee a little bit. But yeah, I hope you all have been doing so well. I'm not really good at this, so bear with me. Just a cheeky little chat here. We're just gonna go in. Should I start with playing a song?
Yeah, I think you should start by playing a song.
I'm going to start by playing a song. And let's see. The first song I'm going to start with, in honor of Hell's a Teenage Girl, my EP. Hell's a Teenage Girl. Thank you. Take it away, Nessa. Oh, that was the slave I've ever heard of. I hope you guys enjoyed. Now I think I'm gonna have Bree ask me a few questions, so I can answer them, and you guys can know a little bit more about me and what the process was writing the EP and anything else you want to know, because I'm an open book here.
Well, and that was actually the first question.
Oh, really?
You describe your creative process
Oh my god.
for this EP.
This creative process was quite a process. But I basically was in the studio for I feel like the first bunch. Yeah, every day for a week.
I feel like more so than any of your other music. Like you were really in it for a long time for this.
Yeah, a long time. Every day walking out with another song. And I've made like so many songs that didn't even end up on the project. Because I was walking out with one every day. But yeah, I mean, like once I finished, it was very clear to me which songs I wanted to come out with. And it all kind of fell into place beautifully. But yeah, I walk in the studio like 10 or 11 a.m. because Evan likes to be up early. And and then I just start crying. No, I'm kidding. I have like a therapy session. I, talk about what's going on in my life and just start crying. And then he'll pick up the guitar, start playing a few chords on the piano. And then a song will be birthed. And it's like, it might be a man's world. Oh yeah, we like that. Use that. And that's what we did. It's just, yeah.
And I would say, like, from a visual perspective. Yeah, you're a very visual person, too. So I feel like you, as you were writing these songs, kind of saw this world come to life.
Yeah, as soon as I'm an insanely visual person, and I use that to write lyrics, that's why I have, like, super, like, descriptive lyrics in there to kind of, like, set the scene. And even with the production, like, I'll use certain, like, elements, like, in the production, so it just sounds like in Hell's a Teenage Girl, like you made it kind of sound a little Western. And just so that you can really like put yourself in that position and then just like feel the song, but also like see it. And every time when I'm recording these songs, it's actually really funny because I have like the lyrics written out for me, but I can't, like, I have to fully memorize them by heart before I'm actually able to get a good take, because I have to have my eyes closed when I'm recording, so I actually put myself visually in that like scenario. And then and then I already know what the music video is going to be like off the bat, just because of how the song feels and like looks to me, but I have to have my eyes closed when I'm recording just so I can like see it.
Yeah, I feel like you always come home with a new song and like a music video idea.
Yeah. It's always a package. I come home and I'm just like, yep, this is my song, and then this is what the video is going to be done. And that's what usually happens. I
don't know. Did you go into making the CP with the idea of representing the 8 stages of a breakup, or did that come to you at some point throughout the creative process?
Actually, it came back to me at a very late point of the creative process.
Very late, actually.
Very late. I remember I had no idea what I wanted to write about, what I was going to write about. Everything just had to happen organically, and like what my subconsciously, like my mind needed, you know, to bring to the forefront of things, and like what I really need to process at the time. And yeah, it's kind of like going into like a therapy session. Like sometimes like you don't know like what you're going to go and like talk about, because there's not something happening like in that exact moment of your life, but something always ends up coming up. And that's kind of what happened with this EP and these songs. And me and Bree were listening to it all the way through. It was the masters for the first time.
We were on our way to the artwork shoot, I think. We were on our way to set, I remember.
We were on our way to set, and we're, you know, going through all the fucking songs. Like, Colin was in the back, and he probably was so annoyed, and he fell asleep.
He fell asleep while editing something because it was 8 a.m.
Yeah, it was 8 a.m. He fell asleep and was edit something, and we're just blasting like all these songs over and over again.
Yeah.
And you mentioned something about like, this is like about like a breakup, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
And then that was when I was like, oh shit, yeah. You know,
it was 100%. It came to you, and you were like, "This is kind of like the 8 stages of a breakup."
Yeah,
and
like,
then that's
yeah, and then I like said that out of nowhere, and I was like, you know what? Because if we want to get really deep here, writing another project, I think a lot of my intent was to write about my grieving process, and about Cooper, and I've tried to write countless amount of songs about him, and I just couldn't. And I think it was because, and even now I probably can't, because of how close I am to, you know, the situation still, and how much I struggle still, and I haven't really like processed or, you know, made sense of anything. So you can't really like write about something when like you can't even like fathom it yourself still. And so I was like, wow, like I set out to write about, you know, my grieving process, but I ended up writing about a whole other grieving process that happens with breakups.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of how the whole thing came out to be. But it was a late bloomer. That was not my intention whatsoever.
Everything just kind of like falls into place.
Yeah. Shout out God.
Shout out
God.
Well, and there was that story of like when in Motel Whore, the room number.
Yes.
Let's debunk that conspiracy.
But also do, guys, I wrote Motel Whore on tour, my US tour, on the tour bus. I was writing like 7 songs a day that were like poems or just like lyrics.
You write a lot of poems and concepts and ideas.
So much. And Motel Whore was one of them. The exact lyrics. And so that was already a thing, okay? Already a thing. We didn't even know about.
Like you wrote Room 147 like in what, March?
Yeah,
like so long ago.
Yeah. For what? Like there's no significance.
No significance. It was just like a random, like you just like it fit, you know. And then we were doing the live music video and wanted to drop Easter eggs, and you know we had this idea of having the dressing room be Room 147. We're like, oh, that's like a hint to Motel Whore. Like that's all it was.
Yeah.
And then when the video came out and we sent everyone on the little like Easter egg hunt, everyone was like, oh my gosh, the room is the EP release date. Backwards. And we were like
what?
Oh, it is, I guess.
But also, too, is people don't know that the release date was also pushed. So it wasn't even like originally going to be that date.
It got pushed like
and then it was to that date, and then it was just this weird, like, full circle moment. And that happens quite often. Yeah. Which, it just means that everything's happening the way it's supposed to. And, you know, I was really fucking crushed. I'm not allowed to cuss. No.
Yeah.
Well, it's my show, right? Yeah. Fuck it.
Sure.
Oh, gosh darn. Okay. But what was I saying?
You said something about being crushed?
Oh, yeah. I was really crushed because the release date was pushed.
Oh.
And I was really crushed on it. And Bree knows, like, I had a really hard time, like, being able to, like, accept it.
That's, like, the one thing I get nervous talking to you about is when we have to push something, because I know
Which happens all the time.
Because you get so excited, and it's like...
I get so excited, and I'm a very impulsive person.
It's like taking candy away from a little baby sometimes.
It's worse than that. It's like taking my binky away.
But like, I can't give this to you yet.
But like, yeah, I was so crushed. But then, like, you know, everything it was supposed to happen, and so it's just now it's out. And yeah, on that note, should we ask more questions or should we play?
Maybe we should play
a Motel Whore since we were talking about her. Since we're all little motel whores, I'm kidding.
Oh my god. Where's the song playing?
Hello. That was Motel Whore. I love that one so dearly. Should we give a little bit of a funny story about the song?
Sure. Yeah. I don't know what you're looking at me smiling, but I don't know what you're referencing. What? Hold on. Lightly. Sure. Okay. Don't get too crazy with it.
This song, I had a vision for this one. And most people did not see my vision, which I can understand. I wrote this as like a song, like poem, and I want it to feel that way. And I want it to be very stripped down and jazzy and, you know, kind of Western, and I really want to give it a jazz vibe because I have been saying that I'm a jazz singer at heart. But a lot of people didn't see my vision for it being unproduced the way that it is, which, you know, looking at it now, maybe they're right. Maybe in the future we can jazz up Motel Whore a little bit more. But, yeah, no one wanted it on the project. But me, and I fought for her. I fought for that Motel Whore. For her.
Okay, could I just say one comment from my angle?
Tell me.
Is because this was an EP and not a full body of work.
Yes, exactly.
We only had like room for like 8 songs, and so like the only reason why no one, like it sounds like so mean, like no one wanted it, was honestly because we were like we have 8 songs that there's so many good songs. You know, it's hard to like pick to the like the top 8 essentially, and you loved how it was so unproduced, but we were all like really excited about it being like a really like dynamic thing. But like we obviously like let you lead. You're the artist.
I am the artist, and I make these decisions. And just at the end of the day, we treated this song the way I was treated when I wrote the song. No one wanted her. I'm kidding.
Oh, was that it?
Girlies? Yeah, that was it. So I hope that we give her a little bit of love. She deserves that.
Yes, she does. Okay. How would you describe the overall sound and style of the music on this EP?
Sound and style. I'm going to say 3 words, but I haven't even counted how many words I'm going to use yet, so it might be more, it might be less. Cinematic, theatrical, drama, dark.
Very dark.
I'm going to say it's a lot more jazzy than any of my other music has been, which I love in that direction. A lyrical masterpiece. It's just a story. Yeah. I don't know. And I think that's what I love most about making music is just the story behind it. And it's real. It is real. Every fucking song is real.
Well, I think my favorite part about your music is that you sing about emotions that a lot of people don't normally address or like want to talk about.
Yeah.
You know, like if we want to talk about life for a second, like having to accept that, you know, someone you were in love with has moved on. Like that's like an emotion that we all go through as human beings.
Yeah.
But we don't necessarily talk about because who wants to like admit that they have to accept that. It's like a really like sad thing, you know?
Yeah. I think it's really good to be open and honest and vulnerable because I feel like that's been the only thing that's really helped me like heal properly. I used to like hold things in nonstop and it would just bottle up and just like overflow into this huge mess that I created just because I was too scared to really like face things head on and like even like acknowledge what I was actually going through. And so yeah, yeah, I feel like that's why like music is just so special, because like I am honest and I have to be honest, not only for me but for you guys, because I feel like some shit needs to be said. Some shit does need to be said, and so I say it and I put it out there. But yeah, which also it's like I love, because it's like healing for me. And you guys say it's for you too, I hope.
Well, one of the first things Nessa ever told me years ago, because we go way back.
You know what I say? I forget it.
Is when I asked you, like, why do you like want to do this? Like, why do you care about, you know, really going after this? And you said, I just want to be there for everyone and be the person that I wish I had when I felt so alone.
Yeah.
And that's something that you've like brought into every aspect of your career, and it's just something that is at the core of everything what we do and why. So
Yeah.
this all kind of like
It all makes, I know, I'm gonna cry too. It all makes everything so much worth it when like there's an actual purpose behind it, and the purpose is for everyone else, you know. But it's just like I truly like to believe that all bad things happen for a reason. Like there has to be a reason for something. And so I like to take all of the pain and the trauma and the hurt that I've been through in life and create it into music to help other people. And to me, that's like the good that comes out of the bad. Which at the same time, like they are so real to me that sometimes it is like kind of like really tricky to like, you know, have your songs out on there. But it's gotten to the point now where I just feel so comfortable with everyone and with you guys, and it's just like easy for me, you know. I feel like I don't cry alone anymore, basically.
Oh, that's so sweet. Which song from the EP was the most challenging to finish?
How's the Teenage Girl?
How's the Teenage Girl? Why?
So
that was one of the first ones done too.
Remember?
Nope. Wasn't it one of the first demos?
Like not one of the first ones, but like in that week. Like, you know. We went back to write How's a Teenage Girl 3 times. We were gonna scrap it. We had the chorus. We had the whole production, then we had a chorus. It might be a man's world, might be a man's world, but I'll watch it for How's a Teenage Girl. We just cut that the first day, and we're trying to write like for hours, and we're like, you know what, we're just gonna put this part in, cut it, whatever. We listened to it that day and we're like, oh, not it, we're just gonna have to like come back to it. The chorus, that is literally the chorus. We literally wrote and recorded that day, and we were like, it's not it, like we're scrapping it. We moved on, wrote another song that day. Next day, try to go back to it, and couldn't do it again. And we tried to write this whole, actually, no, we listened to it. We're like, oh, we're not fucking with it, whatever. And then we write a whole other, like, How's a Teenage Girl thing. And we're like, dude, this is not it. This does not sound good. What is going on? Like, why can't we get this right? Like, it's the title of the EP. Like, we need a song for it. And then we listened to the very first thing that we wrote the first day that we ever did, and we recorded, which was the chorus. And we listened to it like 3 days later. And we're like, huh, this is actually good. And so that's how we made the song about it. But it's like actually really crazy how like you need an ear break. Like the perspective that you have like listening to something could be so different than like 2 days later even. And we were going to scrap that song. And if we did not go back and like listen to it, to something that we were going to scrap, and just to see, you know, then like it probably wouldn't be the song that it was.
You know what's so crazy? This is exactly what happened to Pretty Poison.
Yeah.
The title track of your EP. I remember we were in Evan's studio and he was like, we still need a title track, because you were really excited about it.
He didn't even want to show it to me.
Yeah.
Like, he was just like, it's not good.
It's not
whatever.
good. You're not going to like it.
Yeah. And I was like, this is fucking great.
That's crazy. That happened with
both the title tracks of the EP.
That's wild. Wow. See, the world.
Pretty Poison. Wow. I'm a setter. Actually, if anyone is coming to see me in Europe, I'm playing 6 festivals, and I am so fucking excited. And I haven't played festivals in so long, so I feel like the energy is going to be so different. And the set list, God, man, I will tell you right now, we're shaking things up a little bit.
And for sure.
It's kind of like my era set list, if you think about it.
A little bit, yeah.
But not.
It touches on everything. I think it's unexpected.
It's very unexpected. So, come see me if you're in there. If
you just happen to be in
Switzerland
on Saturday afternoon.
you just happened to dilly dally near my stage, maybe I shall surprise you a little bit.
Should we play another song?
I think we should play another song. I'm thinking I want to go to the Hamptons for a little bit.
We'll see you guys in the Hamptons.
We'll see you in the Hamptons. We'll see you. Guys, did you know I wrote that song after the first time I went to the strip club? That was beautiful. It was honestly a beautiful experience. It made me write a song about it. I was in a strip club for the first time. God knows what I was doing there. But I had the time of my life. And, one of the beautiful dancers was doing her thing, asked somewhere else, head to me, and we're talking about astrology and like deep conversations. And I wrote Heartbreak in the Hamptons about her. I was gonna get her number too, but everyone advised me, maybe you don't do that because it might be weird.
But she inspired us all.
But she did inspire us all, yeah. So shout out, lovely lady.
Do you remember her name?
Well, no.
I
don't even remember what I wore yesterday.
That is very true.
Yeah. Names to me. Yeah. Okay. Well, I've had such an amazing time talking to you guys. I can't wait for all the other shows to come up. I hope you guys enjoy next show. I think I kind of want to get down into the whole 8 stages of a breakup and kind of break that down each song. I also want to kind of end every show by giving some surprise or a secret. And I think I kind of did a little secret. I don't know, my TikTok videos. It was the throw up emoji.
The throw up emoji, yeah.
So I would say that and
Yeah.
And
I would say in a couple weeks.
Yeah, in a couple weeks. But yeah, I am sick of myself talking, so I'm gonna head out and I'm gonna close off with Fly. Love you.